And now welcome the hottest dance team in the league, your Rochester Nightingales.
About to go down.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we honor the 2013 Rochester Knighthawks.
Division final last week. Beautiful feed, pumping, shot, and a Hawks on top.
Regular season player with a heck of a lot more confidence.
A Kersey, pass Richards,
Welcome to the field, a member of the last 3 Nighthawk championship teams, Mike Accursey, with the 2013 Champions Cup. Mike Accursey is 10th in NLL history in goals. In Nighthawks history, Accursey is 3rd on the team all-time assist list, 4th in points and 7th in goals. Accursey is now making the transition to the Nighthawks front office. And now Mike would like to say a few words.
Evening, Rochester. You know, when I look back at the time that I spent here, some of my fondest memories of lacrosse happened right here on this floor in front of you fans, the best fans in this league. When you say it takes a village to raise a child, same can be said for this team. We have the hardest working group of individuals that every week do everything they can to give us the success that we've had on this floor. A couple of people that I think should be thanked is Louis and Wendy Stotts for all their hard work that they do down in Rochester in the main office. We have the best media guy, Ripper, up in the top, who makes sure that we're in the papers and in the media as best he can. He does a wonderful job. We have a fantastic crew up in Six Nations. We have Tracy, who is our confidant, our team mom, who keeps us in line when we get out of line. So thank you, Tracy, wherever you are. We have the hardest working coaching staff, and they do a wonderful job prepping us and making sure that we're ready. One person I want to special thanks to is the best owner in the league, and that's Kurt Stars. Kurt and Trish have done a wonderful job bringing Rochester back to where we were, and that's back on top, and that's where we want to be, and that's where we want to stay. Last person I want to thank is my beautiful wife Julie and my kids, who have always supported me and let me do what I love, and that's right here on the floor playing lacrosse. I want to thank the Hawks Nest up there for all your craziness. And I want to thank you, the fans, who make this the best place to play. And you're very deep in my heart, and I love you all. Thank you.
And now, fans, welcome to the floor, owner and general manager Kurt Stiers, who is accompanied by his sons Bo and Hunter, Aero Express sports spokesperson for the Walk With Us initiative, Brandon Nolan, Vice President of Player Personnel, Jody Gage, Nighthawks President, Louis Stats, Assistant General Manager, Landon Miller, and Vice President of Lacrosse, Paul Gates. And now, let's raise the 2013 National Lacrosse League Championship banner to the rafters. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field from 95-1 The Brew, Brooksy.
All right, Knighthawks fans, get on your feet and get loud. The wait is over. Who's ready for some Knighthawks lacrosse? Give it up for your tunnel team tonight, Hurricanes lacrosse. Now get loud, your 2013 World Champion, Rochester Knighthawks. Tonight's starters for your Knighthawks. Number 5, Scott Self. Number 16, Dylan Evans. Number 25, Brad Self. Number 26, Mike Kirk. Number 79, Sid Smith. And in goal, number 48, Matt Vince.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome tonight's visitors, the Minnesota Swarm. Here are the starters for the
Come on, Knighthawks, get as loud as you can. Let's go, Hawks. Let's go, Hawks.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise and remove your hats? Veterans may render the hand salute for the presentation of our nation's colors by Seneca District's 2013 Pack of the Year, Cub Scout Pack 54 from Bloomfield. Singing the Star-Spangled Banner, Bailey Morrison.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly gently streaming. When the Rockies red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Those of you who just joined us, welcome to the Blue Cross Arena. Tonight's game, the Rochester Knighthawks, the back-to-back National Lacrosse League champions, taking on the Minnesota Swarm in a rematch of last year's East Division Finals. Rochester in their historic 20th season. Minnesota also celebrating a milestone. This is their 10th season in the National Lacrosse League. And Rochester will be wearing the retro white jerseys, which will be the home jerseys this season. And Minnesota will be wearing the road yellow trimmed in white and blue. They'll go left to right, Rochester right to left. And Rochester will be led by Matt Vince, 3-time NLL goaltender of the year. It's the first time that's ever happened. 662 saves, setting a league record last season.
And he is a guy, too, that Rochester really counts on. It seemed like last year, every game that Rochester won, it was a Matt Vince show. And even games that they lost, he kept them into games, and that's where good teams start. They start at their back end and they work their way out. And so that's something that Rochester's very very lucky to have a guy like Matt Vince in their net.
And then for Minnesota, 6 newcomers, 5 rookies. 4 first-round picks this year, 4 first-rounders last year,
and I think they got about 4 next year in the draft. So it's something that they're going to be definitely working towards to get some of these young guys and put some of the best players on the floor.
And there's Ted Nolan doing the ceremonial face-off with team captain of the Knighthawks, Sid Smith, and Andrew Suter, the captain of Minnesota. Great honor for Ted Nolan. He's also still the special advisor here with the Knighthawks. He'll also be leading Latvia into the Sochi Olympics, which will be coming up in February. He's the head coach of that club. Almost set to get underway as Dylan Evans will take the face-off against last year's Transition Player of the Year in Jordan McIntosh. McIntosh played at RIT.
It's going to be a big test for Dylan Evans. Jordan McIntosh is one of the best face-off guys in the league, so it's going to be a real good test for Dylan Evans tonight.
And a procedure call off the bat, and Rochester will have the first possession of the contest. Dylan Evans down the left wing side. Remember, 16 runners and 2 goalies this year, 2 less players in the lineup after the signing of the new CBA, which goes through to 2020. Jamison with it, feeds it in the slot, banks off a man, bounces around in the near corner, picked up by Keel, feeds it in front of the net for Paulus. That's grabbed out of the air, and back away they come in transition. Suter, touch pass over to his left, brought into Rochester territory. And Downing now will give it on back in the left wing side. Fed behind the net by Crawford. Crawford setting up to the right of Matt Vince, marked there by Scott Campbell. Swung up top. The shot from the outside, and Vince will make the stop. And that one was let go by Shane Jackson, who had a great rookie season out of Limestone last year.
Looks like the 30-second clock down the Rochester end's not working. So we got a bit of a stoppage in play here.
Just 51 seconds into the contest. And both teams with an opportunity. Dan Dawson will restart for the Rochester Knighthawks. He was acquired before the start of last season. They called him Dangerous Dan throughout his career, 7th on the NLL's all-time assist list and points list, 369 goals in 187 games. And Rochester back at it offensively. Joe Walters will give it over now to Stephen Keogh. He's got a lane to the net, puts on the brakes, feeds it over now to Walters in front to Dawson. That one is knocked away by Gilbert, one of the assistant captains for Minnesota. Takes it into Rochester territory in the slot. The shot and a beautiful save by Matt Vince as he denies Jason Noble. Noble, who hails from Orangeville. He's got 15 to 20 relatives here in town who made the trip, including his brother Jeremy. And Minnesota's back at it. Crawford, one of the leaders on this club, will feed it over. Touch pass over now on the left wing side. Fed up top, the shot, and that one is ripped wide of the net as Gillum let it go. That bounces across midfield where it's scooped on up by Crawford. Gets away from Scott Self, has it down the far boards. Flip pass up top, taken there by the rookie Jones. This shot is knocked away by Sid Smith. Scooped on up and backhanded into the far corner, and Rochester will take over with 12:59 to go here in the first. We're scoreless.
This Minnesota team's real fast. Offensively, they've been moving the ball real fast, and they're getting down the floor in transition real fast, too. So that's something that Rochester's really going to have to identify.
McCready in the slot, the shot, and the save made by Carlson. And he'll scoop it on up and fire it down into the Rochester zone. 2-on-1 break developing, but that one skips away, and it's intercepted by Campbell. That pass was intended for Mike Hobbins, who was with the Toronto Rock last season. Knighthawks setting up in the high slot. Paulus rips the shot over the top of the net. That bounces around in the near corner. Grabbed there by Gilbert. Surveying the turf. Feeds it across now to McIntosh. McIntosh, 197 loose balls last year. Gives it over right wing side. The shot, and that hits the right toe of Vince. And goes bouncing aside as Shane Jackson let that one go. That one swatted away. Smith misses with a big check. McIntosh bounces it on back, and Minnesota will keep possession. 11:50 to go as Kyle Matisse will feed it over now to Crawford. Now near side, the shot by Schuss. That one is denied. The first overall pick in this past year's draft. They also have the number 2 pick in Jason Noble. Taken across midfield by Brad Self. Now gives it to Paulus to Walters. Walters has to go after that as his pass was intended for Paulus. And Minnesota will pick it on up and start it back up the floor. Pass taken by Jones. He had the game winner with 1.3 seconds to go in the preseason opener back on December 7th here at the Blue Cross Arena. Jones over to Jackson. Fed in the slot, the shot. Vince with a save, and that one goes rolling wide of the net. Scooped up by Mac Allen. Allen still battling for it. Fed up the turf now to Dylan Evans, and Mac Allen making his return to the Rochester Knighthawks, where he spent 2009 and 2010. Fed over now by Evans to Jamison. Back-to-back MVP awards. And he'll flip it over to Campbell. Across McCready, wide open in front, the shot. Oh, the kick saved by Carlson.
It looks like both goalies have come to play tonight. Matt Vince has made some real nice outside saves, and Carlson's made some nice inside saves. So it's going to be a bit of a goaltender's battle tonight.
Fed over on the left wing now in front of the net, and that one's grabbed off the end boards, intended for Suter. And Suter, he was injured last year, ACL injury in week 8. He said, and that one is picked off. Taken over on the left wing side in Rochester territory. Picked up by Downing. And Downing fed it over now right wing side. The shot, kick, save. Noble got that shot off, and Matisse bounces it over the glass and into the crowd. And we'll get back to the conversation I had with Suter when we come back. 9:58 to go here in the first quarter. We're scoreless from the Blue
Nighthawks
Cross
fans,
Arena.
download
Opening
the
night
Nighthawks
in the
app
National
on your
Cross League. We'll be
smartphone
back.
for your chance to win a distillery gift card and a Nighthawks t-shirt. Just click more and then hit check-in.
Fourth quarter.
From Spencerport here today is our Black
Rochester with possession as Jamison has it to the right of Carlson, feeds it over to Dan Dawson. McCready in there as that pass was picked off. Sorensen across midfield, feeds it over now on the left wing side. Fed up top to Jones, gives it over to Jackson on the right wing, trying to charge in on goal. Runs into Allen, now fed in the high slot and quickly given over on the left wing. Now back across to Jackson on the right wing side, fed in the slot, the shot, and Matt Vince with a big stop. Nice setup cutting through the middle, but Jones is denied by Matt Vince. And I was talking about Suter. He said he not only wants to prove that he's back, but that he's even in better shape than he was last season.
Yeah, I think he's, obviously he's had to get in better shape because of his knee. But still, look, I'm watching him out there, and he still looks a little tentative with his knee. But I guess having a year off kind of will do that to you.
And Minnesota now 8:50 to go as Monetize will swing it over on the left wing side. Jordan McIntosh joining the rush. Now Schuss with the ball. Schuss still with it, gives it over on the left wing. The fake, the shot over the top of the net. As Crawford let it go, the rebound is grabbed by Schuss. Feeds it in front of the net, but McIntosh is blanketed by Dylan Evans. And Rochester will take over after the shot clock violation. Evans trying to shake off McIntosh. Passes it across midfield to Brad Self. Self down the near boards. Ducks away from one. Flip pass. And that one is picked off. And McIntosh down the floor into Rochester territory. In on goal. The shot. Kick save by Vince.
That was a great save by Matt Vince on Jordan McIntosh.
And Krepinski roughed up along the far boards, but he was able to get it back to Jones, who feeds it now to Jackson. Jackson on the near board, setting it up for the Swarm. Fires it up top to Monetize, now gives it over on the left wing side as Minnesota with just 9 seconds to work with. Fed in front by McIntosh, that's knocked down and trapped by Vince. And Vince will start it up the turf. 7.5 to go here, opening set, and we are still looking for our first goal of the 2014 season. This is the second game to kick off tonight as Buffalo hosting Philadelphia. That game was a 7:30 start. Stephen Keel from the left wing feeds it down low to McCready, charging in on goal. The shot, and that one goes wide of the net. They say Carlson got a piece. Picked up off the far boards by Jamison. Jamison from the right wing feeds it up top to Dan Dawson. Dawson with some room to work. Still has it. Gets away from his defender. Feeds it across. That one bounces in front of the net. They battle for it. Picked up by Paulus. The shot, he scored! Johnny Paulus!
That was just a broken play out there, and obviously the pass from Dan Dawson kind of went in the corner and bounced back in front of the net, and three guys missed it, but Johnny Paulus picked the ball up and put it into the net. So that was a great goal there by Johnny Paulus. Great second effort.
So Johnny Paulus tiptoeing the crease. Beats Carlson in tight, and it's 1-0 Rochester.
That was real close to the crease too, but I think both Johnny's feet were outside the crease before he put that ball in the net. So that's a real nice goal there by Johnny Paulus to get Rochester up 1-0.
Knighthawks back at it again. The shot from the outside, that's denied. Carlson feeds it on ahead. Dawson with an assist on that goal. And Johnny Paulus fed in front the shot, and that's a crease violation. Haas let it go. And Minnesota keeps possession. From the left wing side, fed in front, and that one's pushed over the top of the net as Tyler Burton knocked down Andrew Suter. Burton just re-signing today, a 2-year deal. Now that pass is swatted away. And for Johnny Paulus, that's his 92nd career point. Here they come in transition. The shot by Self is denied as Tyler Burton was doing some blocking there for Brad Self. But his shot was stuffed by Carlson, and now McIntosh will pass it over on the far boards as Minnesota trying to get their offense working. That shot is over the top of the cage. Mike Kirk shielding his man away from the ball. Scott Self comes away with it. Scott Self charging down the turf. He was a trade deadline pickup along with Jimmy Purvis from Buffalo, and they both had big impacts on last year's championship. Dawson feeds it now on the near boards. Joel McCready in the slot. Feeds it over now on the right wing side. Taken there by Walters, trying to cut underneath against Noble. Has a lane, fires and scores! Joe Walters, it's 2-0.
And Joe Walter continues to get big goals for the Rochester Knighthawks, and that was just a simple two-man play that he came around the top and nobody went to him, and we had a wide open shot, and he slipped it under Carlson's right hand.
So the hometown boy in his 6th year out of West Irondequoit High School makes it 2-0. Off the face-off, that one is knocked away. Mac Allen now will flip it on back, but it's picked up by Downing. Downing hailing from Auburn, New York. Veteran of the U.S. indoor team. McCready and Dawson assisting. It's 2 assists for Dan Dawson. They battle for it to the right of Matt Vince. Ball pops into the air, and Brad Self is going to scoop that up. Self now into Minnesota territory. 4:16 to go here in the first. 2-0 Self. Give and go. The shot. Carlson makes the save. And we have an official timeout on the turf. 4:12 to go. First quarter action. Rochester 2, Minnesota nothing. We'll be back in the Nighthawks Broadcast Network.
Take your in-game mobile photos and post to pblcty.com/promo with code Nighthawks. Your photos could even win you a gift card to the NLL.com store. So post photos all game long to pblcty.com/promo with the code Nighthawks.
Tonight's poll question of the game is, what is your favorite part of the holidays? To cast your vote, open up your Nighthawks app and hit the More button to vote. The results will be announced in the third quarter.
Grad Alex Krepensek, and they play for Jake Kuhn and Sean Wilkins at RIT. Jay Kuhn, the preseason Division III Coach of the Year. Sean Wilkins, preseason Assistant Coach of the Year. And Sean Wilkins is here in attendance tonight, former Nighthawk. Jamison in the slot, feeds it over now to Dawson. Dawson from the left wing side, trying to spin away from one, and he runs out of time and has to roll it into the near corner. 3.5 to go here in the first. Shots 9-7 in favor of Minnesota. The Minnesota Swarm, a tough start to this season as they hit the road for 3 straight road games to start the season. Vancouver and Philly also in that 3-game road trip. A shot from the left wing side. That doesn't make it in on goal as the shot blocker Ian Lord will knock down that opportunity by Jones.
Rochester's defense is doing a real good job to limit Minnesota's shots. And, I know they got 9 shots on net right now, but they're not real good shots that Rochester's defense is allowing them.
Well, that's the game plan, right? Let them take all the outside shots they want. Vince will get a good look at him and make the save. Fed in front to Stephen Keogh. Keogh with a beautiful scoop, feeds it over to Walters. Fed in front, and the behind the back by Jamison goes wide of the net. Penalty. Well, I thought there was a penalty upcoming. Just a reset as Minnesota now will take it into the Rochester zone. Now, Stephen Keogh had a great offseason with the Six Nations Chiefs. Won a Man Cup. He's about 197 pounds, and he is all muscle. Yeah. Product of Syracuse University, back-to-back NLL champ, and he has come ready to play this season.
Yeah, he definitely did come into camp in real good shape this year. It was real nice to see for Stephen Kehoe to be able to do that for himself.
Brad Self into Minnesota territory off the save by Vince. That's his 10th stop of the first quarter. Dan Dawson, team captain for Team Canada back in November in a game with the Iroquois. Gave it to Paulus, now to Walters. Walters, who has one of the 2 goals, in front to Paulus, and he loses the handle. Paulus has the other goal. That one is picked out of the air and back into Rochester territory. They come in transition. Fed in the slot. Jones can't handle that hot pass, knocked away, and Gillum will pick it on up. Gillum giving up hockey for lacrosse, similar to Brad Self. As a penalty upcoming to the Knighthawks. Logan Schuss with the ball. Has it on the right wing side. Fires it across. Now to the extra man, Jackson. Fed in on the crease and a huge hit. The shot, save, and the rebound is grabbed by Burton. And a crushing hit to the left of Matt Vince. As that sent Josh Gillum down to the turf. And Paul Dawson will pick up a slashing penalty. And now, behind the play, Haas was locked up with, I believe that's Ian Lord. 1:13 to go. And Minnesota will have their first man advantage. They trail 2-0. 1:13 to go, coming to you live from the Blue Cross Arena here in Rochester, New York. And Minnesota now setting it up. McIntosh, right wing side to Schuss. Gives it down low. Schuss gets it right back. Now to McIntosh in the high slot. Feeds it across for the quick stick. Gillum couldn't control but grabbed the errant pass. Now the shot from the left wing side is denied by Vince, and the rebound is corralled. And back away comes Scott Self, as Monetize was the one that let that one go. Scott Self got it across the timeline. Still with it. He'll touch pass it now, breaking in front, the shot, and that is denied. As a great opportunity by the Knighthawks. As Stephen Keogh broke in behind the defense, took that bounce pass from Scott Self, but Carlson stood his ground. 17 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Schuss passes it up top, gets it right back as they play catch at the top of the key. Now feeds it over to Schuss. Gets the shot off. He tried to fool Vince, but trapped it in his pads, and now gets the shot off. Right back to Carlson, and the end of the first quarter. Rochester in the lead, 2-0. We'll be back in the Knighthawks Broadcast Network.
For the 2014 season, check out the new Knighthawks jersey.
Come on, Nighthawks.
Swatted away as David Earl knocks that one away. And Minnesota will have possession. The scratches tonight for Minnesota: Cameron Flint and Jordan Houtby. For Rochester, Craig Point and Corey Vitarelli. Fed in the high slot to McIntosh. 20 seconds remaining in the power play. McIntosh feeds it down low. Now in the slot, the shot, he scores. The cutter in the middle. And I believe that was Kyle Matisse.
Yeah, Kyle Matisse from Crawford. And that was a design play for the Minnesota Swarm on their power play there. Kyle Matisse just kind of cut the middle, and it was a quick pick and roll, and Crawford passing the ball. Matisse put it in just in the slot there. So that was a real nice goal for the Minnesota Swarm.
So Minnesota opens the second with a goal just 34 seconds in as Kyle Matisse with a goal for Minnesota. Jones, he feeds it over on the left wing, and an illegal pick call. Rochester will take over. Matisse, two-time captain at Robert Morris University. Also a veteran of the Brooklyn Redmen Major Series lacrosse. You're right, Crawford with the assist. And Jordan McIntosh. Jamison gets the shot off. That save made, and the rebound's corralled and back away. Come the Swarm. Matisse wide open up top, takes the feed, looks around, but now he only has 3 white jerseys in front of him. Likes to give it to Shane Jackson. Jackson from the right wing lets it go. Save, follows up his own shot and gets the rebound. Jackson gives it back to Gillum. Over now to Jackson. Bounce pass near side to Crawford. Crawford in the high slot, tapped away. That was intended for Sorensen. Picked up by Stephen Keogh. Keogh gives it across to Jamison in the slot to Dawson, and that stick checked away. And I believe there's a penalty, a bench penalty coming up to Minnesota with 13:10 to go here in the second. So we'll see Rochester's power play.
Yeah, that was too many men on the floor for Minnesota. So this is a great opportunity for the Rochester Knighthawks to get that goal back here on the power play.
And Cody Jamison will quarterback the power play last year. 28 goals, 61 assists, 89 points for number 88. Jamison over to Dawson. Down low to McCready in the high slot to Jamison as they work it up top to Walters. Walters to Jamison. Dawson gives it right back. Jamison from the left wing, the shot, he scores! Cody Jamison, it's 3-1.
That was a real nice goal there by Cody Jamison. And shoot around today, I seen Cody Jamison shoot 3 out of 4 on that particular play. And you know what? That's a design play that the Nighthawks coaching staff has come up with, and obviously it's something that works because they were picking apart Matt Vince this morning, and they were 1 for 1 on the power play tonight.
So the Rochester Knighthawks convert on their power play attempt. And it's 3-1. Now taking it in on goal is Evans. And that one was knocked away. Evans hit by the trail check. Over now to Crawford. Swings it right wing side. Minnesota very quickly back at it. Schuss with the ball against Paul Dawson. Paul Dawson, who recently graduated from the Fire Academy in Brampton, will join his brother in the Brampton Fire Department. That fed in front. Schuss gets the shot off. Save, rebound. Crawford from in tight. He's denied. And they're going to call a crease violation on Brad Self. Jackson gives it over now on the right wing side, looking for a cutting Jones, and he gets hammered. Can't hang on to the ball, and it went right into the stick of Vince. Paul Dawson. Bounce pass now to Paulus. Gets away from Noble. Rolls it on back to Dan Dawson. Swings it over now on the left wing side. Fed in the slot to Paulus. Gives it over now to Jamison on the right wing. Jamison. And an illegal pick call as Paulus was tied up with Noble.
It was two bodies there that just collided, and almost looked like that could have been a check-in from behind there on Johnny Pallas, but obviously the referee let it go on both occasions.
Very feisty Johnny Pallas. 2 years, 2 championships. You can't ask for any better of a start to a pro career. 92 career points for Johnny Pallas, number 93, drafted as an 18-year-old, 5th overall by the Knighthawks.
It's crazy. Just 2 years ago, they had Johnny Pallas was playing in the OFSA High School Championships, which he had already had a 1 year in the NLL.
And then a lot of the youngsters had to face him in Junior A ball for the Six Nations Arrows, where he was the MVP Offensive Player of the Year. Jamison now with it on the right wing side. Gets it over now to Dan Dawson. Watched there by Suter. Dawson with it. 1 second on the shot clock, and he'll fire that one wide of the net. They're going to say a reset. And that one was grabbed by Joe Walters. Walters up the near boards to Paulus. To McCree, now over to Dan Dawson, left wing. Dawson bounces off one, gives it to Jamison. Jamison, the shot, and that hit a man in front of the net. Suter now grabs it out of the air, racing into Rochester territory. And Suter will put on the brakes, the team captain of the Swarm. Now passed over to Crawford. Crawford from the left wing side. Last year, 95 points for Callum Crawford. Feeds it over to McIntosh. He can't hang on to it, but there to help out is Schuss. Schuss against Sid Smith. Now up top to McIntosh, but an illegal pick call, and Rochester will take over as Paul Dawson will fire it up the turf to Brad Self. Self getting away from Gilbert. Looking for Keogh in front. Takes his defender behind the net, now gives it to Jamison. Jamison's pass too high for Paulus, grabbed off the end boards by Carlson. Wickley ahead now to Sorensen. Into the Nighthawk zone. 9:40 to go here in the second. Rochester leading 3-1. Fed over now on the left wing to Crawford. That one is taken away by Campbell. But Crawford now picks it up after he hit the deck. Now from long range, the shot, and that hit Ian Lord. And that's a shot clock violation, and maybe a little bit of a welt on the back of Ian Lord.
Yeah, he definitely jumped in the shooting lane on that one, but that's one thing that Coach Hazen says, that, you know, somebody's shooting the ball with less than 2 or 3 seconds to go in the shot clock. You got to get in that shooting lane and take that ball.
We'll be back on the Nighthawks Broadcast Network.
Now with a chicken wing eating contest, you got to have strategy. These guys have zero strategy. This is disgusting. I hope you guys don't eat at the distillery like this. Wow, contestant number 2 already at 10, at 11, 12, 45 seconds, guys, hurry up, 45 seconds. Don't forget, fans, you can get these wings at the distillery, of course. 30 seconds, hurry up. Contestant number 2's at 14 wings. No.
3-1. Rochester in the lead. This one of 3 games going on in the NLL. Philadelphia 7 and Buffalo 4 right now from the First Niagara Center in Buffalo. Jamison spinning away from one, gives it to Paulus. Across now to Dawson, who has 3 assists. Jamison across the shot, and that low one is denied. Carlson looked behind him as Keogh let that one fly. And how about John Tavares, his 23rd year in the NLL tonight?
That is unbelievable for an athlete in any league. That's something that can be real proud of.
Over 1,600 points in his career. Schuss now with the ball one-on-one against assistant captain Mike Kirk. That shot hits Vince, and the rebound is grabbed in the far corner. 8:24 to go here in the second, and Monetize will take that pass up top. Gives it over now to Jones. His pass now knocked away as he fed it across to Schuss. And Scott Self battling for it, and he's going to take it away. Scott Self, the older of the 2 Self brothers, feeds it over now on the left wing side, and Rochester will change it up and get the offense out there as Johnny Paulus will take the feed from Dylan Evans. On the near boards to Joe Walters. Walters to McCready. Over on the left wing side. As it was fed now, down low, McCready gives it to Walters. Walters, look, shoot, save, rebound, and that's swatted into the near corner by Carlson. They battle for it. 2 white, 2 yellow. Now a big hit by Paulus dislodges the ball. Keogh also digging in there. Walters knocks his man down on the ground, and that's going to be an illegal push. So Minnesota with possession. Great loose ball battle by the Knighthawks. Crawford with it to the right of Vince. Crawford getting away from Campbell. Feeds it across. Ian Lord now will swat it across midfield. A foot race. Let's see if Campbell can get to it. Campbell against Downing. Campbell still battling for it on the near boards just near the Rochester bench. And that's a shot clock violation. It's going to be Rochester possession.
That was a real smart play there by Scott Campbell not to pick up that ball and get possession in the Minnesota end zone there. So that was a real smart veteran play.
Carlson makes the save on Jamison. Now Rochester will reset their offense. Jamison in front. Dawson scored! Dangerous Dan Dawson, his first goal of the year.
That was a real nice pass there by Cody Jamison to a breaking Dan Dawson, and a guy that's 6'5", he's got athleticism like that. That was just unbelievable. Just a catch and a real nice shot behind Carlson. So that was a real nice goal there by Dan Dawson, and he's a guy that definitely needs to be one of those guys that takes charge of the Rochester offense and really lead this team to where they need to be.
8:23 the time of the goal, 4-1 Knighthawks, and Brad Self will pick up that ball off the face-off. Watch there by Hobbins, gives it over now on the left wing side. Fed up top now to Dawson, who has 4 points so far here in the first half. Dawson against Haas. Passes it over now to Joel McCready, who will give it right on back to Dawson. Dawson in on goal. Tiptoeing the crease. Now trying to back his way in against Hobbins. Dawson looking, fire, shot, save, rebound. And Walters in pursuit behind the net, but Carlson will scoop it up and steer it on ahead. Carlson, I was reading a nice article on him. He's been playing goal since he was 8 years old, and he actually had his dad fasten some cushion to a cast that he had made. He actually played a game with a broken arm as a kid.
Oh, wow.
So they say that goalies are a different breed. I mean, that's as tough as nails.
Yes, they are. That's for sure.
5 seconds left on the shot clock. And Sid Smith was putting on the pressure, and Monetize will turn it over, and Paul Dawson will pick it up. Paul Dawson across midfield, 5:26 to go here in the second. 4-1 Rochester. As Jamison has it on the near boards. Jamison has it behind the net. Feeds it in front to Paulus. The shot, he hit the far pipe. And that one bounces right into the stick of Dawson. We'll give it over to McCready. Back up top to Dawson. Now to Paulus, near boards to Jamison. We'll see if he can take his defender one-on-one. Jamison looking for Paulus. Spinning, still has it. Looking for somebody, gives it now to Walters. Bounces off one in front, the shot in tight, and Carlson with a save. And we have an official timeout on the turf. 4:46 to go here in the second quarter. Rochester 4 and Minnesota 1. We'll be back in the Knighthawks Broadcast Network.
Voucher good for each regular season home game and an Under Armour lacrosse head. For more information, visit the Knighthawks customer service booth or call 454-HAWK. You can visit Knighthawks.com also.
Evans, flip pass. Here's a shot. Dixon to the net, scores! Curtis Dixon again! It's 11-10 Calgary.
Want more great NLL action? Subscribe to the Lacrosse Network on your computer, tablet, or mobile device for access to all the games, live on YouTube. Get highlight reels, interactive player interviews, and behind-the-scenes coverage on all your favorite teams. YouTube.com/TLN. Subscribe today.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, get a good feeling.
How many Rolling Stones you want? Yeah, I got a brand new spirit speaking and it's done. Woke up
Nighthawks fans!
Sometimes I get a good feeling.
As Minnesota looking for their second goal here of the second quarter. That errant pass grabbed in front of the net off the errant pass that hit the end boards. And Rochester will take it away and race down the turf as Scott Self will feed it on over to Dan Dawson. Dawson getting away from Tyler Haas. Now gives it over on the left wing side to McCready. Near side to Jamison. Jamison backing his way in on goal, fires across in front, now the shot, and McCready's denied off the pretty feed from Dan Dawson. Keogh digging for it, flips it up in the air, and that one goes over the glass and into the crowd. And let's see, which way is this possession going to go? Both teams obviously vying for possession. And they're going to face it off.
Draw a ball in the end zone. Haven't seen one of those in a while. Guess referees couldn't come to a decision, so they figured they'd just call it a face-off.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, something different, something new. You know, it's not starting at center, it's starting in the Minnesota end here, so it should be real interesting.
And McIntosh will take the face-off against Dylan Evans. And let's see, Evans rolling it on back. Lord going after, Krepensek in and out of his stick. Mac Allen going after it, and they're still battling for it. Haas will pick it up deep in Rochester territory. He has it on the left wing, and he'll feed it down low to Andrew Suter. Suter in on goal, the shot, and the save made by Vince. Crease violation. And Rochester will take over.
That Vince is looking like he was, he's in mid-season form already, and that's a great thing for the Rochester Knighthawks to see Matt Vince playing real well.
Well, he's faced 20 shots, 19 saves thus far from Matt Vince. Swung across to Jamison. Jamison from the right wing side. 8 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Over to Dawson. Dawson in on goal, the shot, and that's denied by Carlson. And Sorensen will pick it up. Minnesota now into Knighthawks territory. Bounced over as they have it behind the net. Swung now over to Crawford. Passes it down low to McIntosh, who swung it through the slot. Now to Crawford. Feeds it right wing side. Fed in front to McIntosh, but that's picked off by Self. And across midfield come the Rochester Knighthawks as Tyler Burton gives it to Paulus. Now to Dan Dawson. 2:20 to go here in the second. 4-1 Knighthawks. Jamison takes the feed. Cody Jamison still with it. Now feeds it to Keogh. The shot, that's deflected wide of the net. Bounces around in the near corner where it's picked up by Suter. As Minnesota now will set it up, as Jones will fire it down low. Now passed up top, Schuss looks, shoots, and scores. Logan Schuss, his first professional goal as he beats Vince with the outside bouncer, and it's 4-2.
That was a real nice goal there by Logan Schuss. He, obviously had time and space to shoot that ball, and he's got a real quick release, and it's just a simple pass right from the corner, and somebody set a nice pick on him, give him a little bit of space there to turn and shoot the ball, and he shoots. You give him time and space to shoot the ball, he's going to put the ball in the net. So that's something that Rochester's really going to have to identify on him and get up on Logan Schuss and not allow him to shoot the ball.
4-2, time of the goal 13:09. Then off the face-off, Campbell picks it up, gives it over to Brad Self, has a cutter in the middle, gives it to Scott Self. And Scott Self will give it to his brother Brad, who will distribute it to Jamison, who will give it right back. Brad Self to Joel McCready. Now to Dan Dawson, one-on-one with David Earl. Feeds it to Jamison. Jamison in front to Paulus, picked up by Brad Self. The bounce shot, save, rebound, behind the back opportunity denied by Carlson. The rebound corralled and pushed into Rochester territory with just over a minute to go. 21-20 are the shots on goal. And Shane Jackson will take the feed as he just made his way onto the turf along with Schuss and Matisse. That low bounce shot is trapped by Vince in his right pad as he'll hang on with 54 seconds to go. And Matisse and Jones assisting on that last goal. Across midfield comes Tyler Burton, fourth-year pro out of London, Ontario. Dawson, the long-range opportunity, and that one skips over the glass and into the crowd. And Suter will take over. Suter signed a new 5-year deal in the offseason. One-on-one now with Sid Smith. Bounces over to Crawford. Crawford with 26 seconds to work with. Crawford spinning away from one man, gives it in the slot to Schuss. Schuss over to Crawford, the one-timer, and that's stopped by Vince. It goes out of play. And Minnesota is going to keep the ball with 18 seconds to go, and head coach Joe Sullivan will call a timeout. As Minnesota is going to set up for a final opportunity. The last time they did this, they drew up the Scott Jones game winner.
Yeah, this is something here that Rochester's defense has to really get a stop here to go into the half here up by 2. This is something they get a goal here. Minnesota goes into the half with a bit of momentum, and Rochester wants to keep that momentum. So this is a big stop for Matt Vince and the Rochester defense.
Out of town scores: Philadelphia 9, Buffalo 4. Actually, just had another update, 9-6. Right now, live from First Niagara Center in the late game, Edmonton at Colorado.
What quarter's the Buffalo 9-6 game in?
1 minute and 29 seconds left in the second.
Wow.
18.6 to go here in Rochester. And Matisse will have possession. Net to our right is empty. The extra attacker on the turf for Minnesota. As Matisse now with it. He'll give it out over on the right wing side and get it right back. Now 10 seconds to work with. Schuss gets it over. Now to Crawford on the left wing, the shot, and he hit his own man in the back of the helmet with 0.2 to go, and he stung Monetize. And now we've got some pushing and shoving going on.
That was a direct hit right in the back of the head of Kyle Monetize, and he's going to be feeling that for the next little while.
Yeah, Crawford let that one fly from the outside. And it looks like Kirk is going to be heading off for Rochester. And for the Swarm, it'll be Shane Jackson. 0.2 to go as Monetize made his way to the dressing room. And that is going to do it. The end of the first half of play here in Rochester, New York. A very low-scoring affair. Great goaltending duel between Rochester's Matt Vince and Minnesota's Tyler Carlson. We'll be back with a halftime report in a moment on the Rochester Knighthawks Broadcast Network.
Kirk, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. It's Kirk, 2 minutes for
Available at Ticketmaster.com or by calling 585-454-HAWK. That's 585-454-4295. Don't miss any of the nonstop action of Knighthawks lacrosse on Saturday, January 11th at 7:30. The Rochester Knighthawks. No limits lacrosse.
Under Armour's job is to make athletes better, to help Jordan Spieth compete for championships, and help make Lindsay's comeback a reality. But most of all, Under Armour empowers the next athlete to believe that they can do anything.
People are freezing for a reason while they jump into frigid waters of Lake Ontario. The plunge is one of the largest and wildest winter parties you will ever see, jam-packed with entertainment, food, a costume party, and more. For more information and to register for the 2014 Rochester Polar Plunge, visit polarplunge.net.
Stop by with friends and tap into good times at the distillery. Explore our extensive selection of custom crafted, imported, and domestic draft and bottled beers. Celebrate with 2-for-1 margaritas or our daily pint specials. On Sundays, you'll love our 2-for-1 Bloody Marys. Our appetizers and small plates are fantastic, and the kitchen is always open late. The distillery, your place for food, drink, sports, and fun.
Experience the thrill of anticipation. A feeling so incredible, so indulgent, that you simply can't help but let it all out. It all feels so perfect. Why keep it to yourself? Seneca Niagara Casino and Hotel. Excitement worth sharing.
When it comes to hospitality and hosting important events in Rochester, the Radisson Hotel Rochester Riverside is where people find comfort and convenience, from corporate meetings and conventions to weddings and weekend gatherings.
It's family entertainment that actually entertains the whole family.
Playing Blue Cross Arena Saturday, February 1st at 2. Great seats available at Ticketmaster.com or the Blue Cross Arena box office.
Hey, lacrosse fans, it's official. Under Armour is the supplier of the National Lacrosse League. The most innovative brand in sports is now outfitting your favorite teams with apparel, footwear, and equipment built to make all athletes better. NLL Radio offers the best online radio coverage of the National Lacrosse League. Download the app and listen to exclusive NLL content, including weekly shows and player interviews from around the league. It's all free of charge. For more info, visit NLL.com.
wing side, backpedaling against Downing, and he'll feed it now to Jamison. He'll stay on and play some offense. Jamison from the right wing in front to Paulus, and that one is too far, but McCready's there to scoop it up in the near corner. Joel McCready bounces away. Feeds it over to Paulus, who gives it on the far boards. Jamison, spin move to get away from Earl. One-hand shot, and that one is denied as Carlson hugged the far pipe. 12 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the third, and a great pace to start this second half. In on goal, and that's a crease violation.
Yeah, this is a real good pace to the third quarter here. It's both teams seem to come out, and Minnesota's defense is playing real well too. They're getting right out of Rochester's hands and not allowing the big guys for Rochester's offense to get any time or space.
Well, Rochester now with the ball on the far boards. Walters up top, that shot over the top of the net, but grabbed in front by McCready, and his pass is picked off. It was intended for Dawson. That one bounces into Rochester territory, picked up by Hobbins. And Mike Hobbins will give it to Jordan McIntosh, who's watched there by Mac Allen, trying to get underneath. As it's fed over now on the right wing side. Gillum fed it over now in front. The shot he scored. Pretty goal.
That was a real nice two-man play there by Crawford and Gillum, and Gillum obviously made a real nice dump pass to Crawford. And he dove across the crease and made a couple fakes on Matt Vince to get him down and put it over top.
To 3. And the time of the goal, 3 minutes and 12 seconds. And Minnesota has it again as David Earl, the Notre Dame product. He actually has dual citizenship and is going to play for Team Canada in the field championships. And McIntosh with an assist.
Earl play for the Nationals also? Nationals?
At one point, yes.
Yes.
Passed over now on the left wing side as Dawson's pass is picked off, and a breakaway opportunity racing in on goal. The shot, and Matt Vince stands his ground. Vince with a huge save after the interception and breakaway opportunity. And we've got a push call. It's going to be Minnesota possession. And I believe that was Tyler Haas. He not only forced the possession, but he was also the man that picked the ball off and had the breakaway opportunity. 10:40 to go, and Minnesota is really ramping up the pace here. That was one of their goals, was to try to outrun the Knighthawks, who are more of a veteran team. Suter's shot, that one's knocked away. Crawford picks it up. Still having trouble with it, and Ian Lord nearly took it away, but Crawford will maintain possession. Passed over now to Jackson. Jackson in the high slot. Feeds it over on the left wing side. Crawford up top. And that bounces in front of the Rochester bench. It's picked up by Gillum. Gillum with the feed across the floor. Ian Lord marking his man, trying to take it away. Brought up top. And McIntosh has it stripped away by Campbell. And that shot goes wide of the net. It's going to be Rochester possession on a shot clock violation. 9:58 to go here in the third, and Minnesota has pulled within one. They trail 4-3. We'll be back in the Knighthawks Broadcast Network.
Join the Knighthawks family and purchase your 2014 season tickets. For information and to purchase your tickets, visit the Knighthawks customer service booth in the upper atrium or call 454 Nighthawk fans, what time is it?
Three assists tonight and 3 points, which are both single game highs for Mr. McCready. Over now to Stephen Keogh, and he'll feed it over to Walters, who had a first half goal. Joe Walters trying to get away from Hobbins, trying to get underneath, flips it up top now to Keogh, left wing, the shot, and that hit McCready in front. Digging forward is Keogh against three swarm defenders, and Minnesota is going to push it up the floor as Gilbert will hit his man in stride on the left wing. Minnesota setting up. Rochester trying to settle back defensively. And Shane Jackson, who just joined the rush, will take the feed. Flip pass up top. That's grabbed on the left wing side by McIntosh. McIntosh to Schuss, the shot, and a left arm save. That was a rocket from the outside.
That was a rocket for sure. He's got a real quick release, and that was a real nice save by Matt Vince.
The Ohio State product, also played for the Ohio Machine in the MLL. Fed now to Jamison, in on goal, the shot, and the rebound is corralled. And Carlson looking up the turf, and he'll fire it on over to Tyler Haas, and he'll give it across midfield. 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go. And 4-3 is our score. The last goal scorer, Crawford, with the ball in his stick again. Behind the net to Gillum. Gives it across on the left wing side. And Crawford was all tied up. Now Campbell going after it. Ian Lord trying to scoop it up. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. And now, let's see, who do we got tied up? Mac Allen and Kyle Matisse. And Allen just ragdolls him down to the turf. Rochester, Mac Allen.
It doesn't even look like Matisse is going to get a penalty out of that. You know, there was 3 or 4 guys just battling, and Mac Allen stuck his nose in there and took Matisse to the ground. So it's something that, Mac Allen's one of those guys that's going to bring some energy to Rochester's defense, and he's not going to back down from anybody, and he's one of those guys who's going to bring some grit and really go at guys. So it's it's something that Mac Allen needs to bring to the Rochester defense.
4-3 is our score. 8:24 to go, and this call could be at a pivotal juncture of this contest. The Minnesota penalty box is open, and Mac Allen is arguing his case, which is never a good thing. 5 minutes to Mac Allen, and I don't see anything going up for Minnesota.
Yeah, it looks like there's 2
minutes.
2 minutes going up, so they're going to have a, what will they be, 4 on 4 for 3 minutes? 3 minutes? 2 minutes.
And that's what Rochester's arguing. Mike Hazen is screaming, hey, wait a minute, Matisse is on the floor. Not only did they have too many men, but the guy that was supposed to be in the penalty box was over on the left wing waiting for the pass.
So this is something here that Rochester, to this 4 on 4, they have to they really got to kill this for the next 2 minutes, because they're going to be Minnesota's going to be on the power play for the next 3 minutes after that. So it's real important to get a stop here for the next 2 minutes.
Both teams 1 for 1 on the man advantage, and that high pass, Gillum can't track that one down, and Vince's outlet pass taken by Dan Dawson, and he's knocked down to the turf. And that's going to be a push call. Rochester will get possession as Jamison has it right wing side. The shot save, and that rebound is scooped on up by Carlson. And long pass now to Sorensen. Now to Suter on the left wing. Suter to Jones. Pass on the near side to Jackson. Jackson over to Jones. Flip pass to Suter. In on goal. The shot, and Vince has it underneath him, and he scored. Andrew Suter able to squeak it by Matt Vince, and we are tied at 4.
Yeah, I bet Matt Vince wants that shot back. That was something that just squeezed through Matt Vince, and Andrew Suter just basically turned and shot the ball towards the net. And you know, it's something that Matt Vince probably wants that back. He you know, it rolled around in Matt's back of his, almost looks like the back of his jersey, and looks like Coach Hazen is throwing the flag on that one. So we'll see what happens.
So they're going to challenge this. Now, Andrew Suter hasn't played since week 8. He was injured in week 8 last year. He only played 5 games. He had 4 goals and an assist, 34 loose balls, but his leadership is what Minnesota missed the most. One of the youngest team captains in the NLL. And we are going to have a review on this goal. If it stands, it'll be a goal by Suter at 7:26.
Andrew Suter, he's you know, he's heart and soul of Minnesota. He kind of came in as the year he got drafted and kind of took over the team as one of the leaders. And there's no other guy that you know, that you would want to lead your team. And Andrew Suter is one of those guys. He's led at all levels in the minor and junior, and now in the NLL, and even in the Ontario Lacrosse League. He's somebody that's you know, he'll fight for anybody. He'll play offense. He'll play defense, and he's one of those guys that every team wants on their team.
Well, there's those who are watching. The ball squirts free, but is Shane Jackson in the crease? It's tough to tell by the backside camera angle.
Yeah, that's a good call.
As we see those of you who are watching on the Lacrosse Network, is Shane Jackson in the crease on the back end, because that ball just squirts through the pads of Matt Vince. But Shane Jackson's left foot is what is in question right now. And there's a better look at it. It's going to be...
He's in the crease.
Yeah, his left foot is in the crease, right?
Yeah.
And then his right foot's in the crease.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see, but as the video replay we have right now that we are looking at on the Jumbotron and here in the press box, it does appear that Shane Jackson, both of his feet were in the crease.
Yeah, it all depends on if the ball was in before his feet. That's the question.
No goal. And you know, this is a huge point in the game. And last year, the same thing, a backside crease violation happened to Matt Gibson. And Minnesota would have had a big, I think it would be a 4-goal lead. Rochester ended up coming back, scoring, I believe, 5 straight goals and won that game 12-10. So
yeah, this is a big, you know, like I said earlier, it's you know, they're playing 4-4 right now, and they Minnesota scores on that one. They go, you know, they tie the game, and they got a 3-minute power play to follow. So that's definitely on Coach. Kudos to Coach Hazen to be able to identify that wasn't a goal.
Stephen Keogh from the left wing gets it over right wing side, takes the pass right back in on goal. The low shot, and that is stopped by Carlson. Now given to Suter, and he'll pass it across to Crawford. 7:06 to go here in the third. It's 4-3 Rochester after the reversal on the Suter goal. Crawford backing his way in. Penalty upcoming to the Knighthawks. Jackson gets it over. Schuss with the ball. Fires the shot, and a kick saved by Vince. The rebound is grabbed by Jackson. The net to our left is empty as another penalty coming up to Rochester. As soon as Rochester can get the ball. Schuss at the top of the slot. Now gives it over right wing side. Vince gets a piece, the rebound, and Jackson's going to pull it back up top. Feeds it down low. The shot by Gillum is denied. Rebound grabbed on the left wing by Crawford as Minnesota keeps peppering Matt Vince. Schuss over right wing side. The fake, the shot, he scored. Shane Jackson, a nifty move to shoot it around the defender, and we're tied at 4.
Yeah, that was a real nice goal there by Shane Jackson. And watching him throughout this game, he kind of looks like a Ryan Manesh. He's, he's somebody that really demands the ball. He's real crafty with it. And seeing that goal there, that's a Ryan Manesh kind of goal, and he's really matured into a player. I know there was a lot of a question last year about his size, but seemed to come in and put points up on the board. And he's one of those guys that seems to get the job done. So that was a real nice goal there by Shane Jackson.
So that ties it up 4-4. 8:41 the time of the goal. Waiting for the assist on that Minnesota goal. Still 2:53 remaining in the Mac Allen penalty. Mike Kirk going after it against Hobbins. They battle for it. Dylan Evans is in there as well, and Minnesota will take over deep in their own territory. 6 minutes to go. They have the only 2 goals of the third quarter. 3 Knighthawks converge and knock down the swarm forward on the near boards. Monetize tried to help out, as that was Jordan McIntosh, and Rochester now, as Joe Walters will give it back to Jamison. Jamison's got a goal, so does Walters. And McCready will start clearing out traffic in front. Dawson was held up. He grabs that pass in the near corner. Feeds it across to Walters. The shot, save, rebound. McCready trying to get after it, but he's boxed out by Krepensek. 5:20 to go here in the third. We're tied up at 4. 35-25 are the shots on goal in favor of Minnesota. And Mac Allen still in the box for 1:46. Jackson with the ball on the right wing side. He has the game-tying goal. Now Schuss from the high slot. The shot, save, the rebound. Crawford scoops it up, and they'll reset the shot clock. Crawford feeds it in front to Gillum. He can't hang on to that, but there to back him up is Jackson, who passes to Schuss. They swing it around the horn. Now back to Schuss up top. Gives it to Crawford on the left wing. Schuss gets it near side. Now back in front of the net. That one is mishandled. Monetize will grab it and pass it up the far boards. That is fed over now to Jackson up top. The Schuss, the shot, save, rebound, picked up in front, given to Jackson on the right wing side. Great ball movement by Minnesota as they keeping that ball hot. Fed behind the net. Now give it in front to Gillum. Whips it up top to Schuss. The shot, that goes wide of the net. And across midfield, it's going to be an over and back violation.
Wow, that was a unbelievable offensive set there by Minnesota's power play, and they moved that ball real well. Lots of unselfish play, and you know what? They got lots of great shots, and you know what? Nobody's your best penalty killer than your goalie. So Matt Vince has definitely stepped up and took it over as one of the biggest penalty killers here for the Rochester Knighthawks.
We'll take a break. 4:13 to go. Knotted up at 4. We'll be back on the Knighthawks Broadcast Network.
454 Hawk for more info.
as Stephen Keogh will bounce off a check by Sorensen. Fed over now by Paulus to Keogh in the high slot to Dawson. Right wing side to Jamison. Jamison fires off the crossbar. That one is picked up by Sorensen. Taken across midfield by Suter. Suter feeds it over to Crawford. Now up top to McIntosh. Gives it on back as they feed it down low. Back up top to McIntosh. Now to Schuss. Over to McIntosh. Crawford, left wing side, feeds it across. Stick save by Matt Vince as he denies Gillum. They battle for the rebound to the left of Vince. Still digging for it. And Minnesota, hard-working team that they are, get the loose ball. Mac Allen out of the box. Well, the power play is over. Just one goal scored in that time span. And an illegal pick, it's going to be Rochester possession. And Joel McCready was racing down the turf for that outlet pass. And Kirk fed it to Keogh. Now near side McCready. In the slot, the shot by Paulus over the top of the net. Keogh battling for it. He gets it away from two defenders. Keogh still digging for it, and David Earl takes it away. I thought Keogh was going to come up with that one. Nifty. As he was on all fours, he was still able to get somewhat of the ball. Now charging in on goal, the other end of the floor, and they score. Tyler Haas, it's 5-4 Minnesota.
That seemed like a real simple play, and I don't think any Rochester defense kind of step up on Tyler Haas there, and basically just drove to the net, and he made that look real easy. There was, obviously nobody really went to him to take his time and space away from him shooting the ball, and he shot the ball. And he was still standing after that shot. So that's something that Rochester's defense has to identify out there.
So 5-4 is our score. Minnesota on a 3-0 run. Haas from David Earl. Earl was the man that won that loose ball battle against Keogh way down in Minnesota territory. Jackson in on goal. Flip pass over to Matisse. He can't hang on to it. Evans now shoved down to the turf by Matisse. And that's going to be a push call. It'll be Rochester possession. Brad Self across midfield. Rochester has not scored since 8:23 of the second quarter. Keogh gives it across to Jamison. Marked there by Gilbert. Walters over to set the pick. Jamison getting free. The shot from in tight, and that is denied by Carlson. Is letting that one go was Brad Self.
Carlson has made some big saves when he's had to. I wouldn't say Rochester's getting real good opportunities, but he's standing his ground, and he's making the saves that he has to.
Jackson from the outside. That bounce shot hits the end glass, and it is picked up by Jones over right wing side, and that one is denied as Josh Gillum thought he had beat Vince. Vino had it trapped in his left pad. Now Rochester quickly into Minnesota territory as Mike Kirk now will give it back to Jamison. Jamison from the right wing side. Getting away from one, shot over the top of the net, the rebound, and Paulus tried to grab it off the end boards. He had Carlson with his back turn, but he couldn't hang on. Suter now fed it over on the left wing, the shot, and Vino the save.
Minnesota seems to be getting down the floor a lot quicker than Rochester, and that's something that, Rochester, that's not good for Rochester to have the young guns from Minnesota running the floor like that with so much energy. So they have to, their offense really has to take care of that ball and not give any balls away, so allow them to run the floor as quickly as they are.
And that one is taken away behind the Minnesota goal as Jordan McIntosh now has it in Rochester territory. 25 seconds to go. Campbell trying to stick check it away. Fed over to Schuss. Now to Matisse. Now getting it over to McIntosh. In the slot to Jackson. Fires over the top of the net. Grabbed off the end boards by Ian Lord. 10 seconds to go. Lord with Dawson. Dawson wide open in front of the net, and he can't corral that low skip pass. Now the shot as Matt Vince came back into the goal. And Vince made the stop near the restraining line. And what a wild finish to the third quarter. Minnesota puts up 3, holds Rochester scoreless. They'll take a 5-4 lead into the fourth quarter. We'll be back on the Knighthawks Broadcast Network.
It's time I bring it back. I've been gone for too long. Now it's time I take it back.
Rochester Nightingales. Don't forget to visit their table in the upper atrium to purchase your 2014 Nightingales calendar. 1 for $15, 2 for $20.
Come on, Knighthawks fans. I need you. You and you. Get out of your seat. You're the best fans in the league for a reason. We need you. It's the fourth quarter, and it's crunch time.
Welcome back to live action. Rochester trailing 5-4 as Vince will loft it on over on the left wing side. And Scott Self will push it into Minnesota territory. 5-4 Minnesota. As they've outscored Rochester 3-zip in the third. Jamison in on goal. Spin move to get away from the double team. Fed in front of the net. That one's mishandled and the loose ball is gobbled up by Earl. 3-on-2 break for Minnesota. Fed in front. Hobbins a shot. Save. Rebound. And they're going to say a crease violation or a push call?
I'd say that is a push call against Rochester.
14-16. Opening minute here of the fourth quarter. Passed over to Matisse. Matisse getting away from Paul Dawson. Now over on the right wing side to Jackson. That one is picked off. Back away come the Knighthawks in transition, and Ian Ward will bounce it back to Mac Allen. Allen now hanging on, fighting off a wrap check. Now flipped on back to Walters, and Walters will fire it on to Dan Dawson. Dawson looking in front of the net, hits Jamison. The shot, he missed wide of the net. That one's going to bounce off a 2-on-0 break if they can hurry. Matisse in on goal. The shot, and Vince with a save as he stacked the pads. And the Knighthawks now in transition. As an injured, I think that's Matisse, was injured behind the play.
I think he took a little bit of a late check there from one of the Rochester Knighthawks.
Jamison trying to charge in on goal, feeds it to Paulus, the shot, and that hit a defender and goes out of play as Krepensek knocked that one into the netting. Jamison from the right wing side takes it in on goal, flip pass for Walters. That one is knocked down. They battle for it. Walters tried to pick up the loose ball, but he was tied up, and back away comes McIntosh into Rochester territory. 3-on-2. McIntosh fires, and that one goes wide of the net. Now off to the races goes Burton in Minnesota territory. And Tyler Burton will give it to Stephen Keogh. 12 and a half to go. 5-4. Rochester trailing by a goal. Jamison gets free, the shot, and Carlson just gets enough as it rolls wide of the net, but Jamison gets his own rebound. Passes over to Dawson on the left wing. Dawson with it. Trying to bull his way toward the cage. Dawson by one, the shot, he scored!
Play there by Dan Dawson. Stephen Keogh set lots of picks for him to create some room for Dan Dawson to drive the net. You know, when a guy that's 6'5" starts to pull in on you, it's pretty tough to stop a guy like that. Dan Dawson, again, very similar to the first goal he got. He kind of dove across the crease a little bit and put it underneath Carlson. So that was a very similar goal to what he's already scored.
Well, they're going to challenge the Rochester goal. That looked like a spin move by LeBron James going to the cage.
Yeah, you know,
he slams it home.
Dan Dawson is very good at that. You know, he kind of spins you and moves and puts his one arm against you, kind of almost pulls you out of the way as he's spinning. But you know, that's something that he really he does that real well, and you know, obviously he scores a lot of goals off it. But we'll see if that's a good goal or not here.
Yeah, that's a lot of finesse from a guy that's 6'6", 214.
Yeah, to have that kind of athleticism on a guy that's big, it's actually pretty nice to watch out there.
And if the goal stands, it'll be Dawson's second of the game and his 5th point of the night. Shots are 42-28 in favor of Minnesota. And it looks like it's going to be a good goal from our vantage point.
Yeah, I think the ball was in the net before his right foot touched the turf. Yeah, I think that is a good goal. Unless his foot was on the line when he took off, I can't see them calling that back.
It's still amazing to me that a guy that tall,
yeah, that's a good goal,
can elevate himself like that, maintain any kind of composure with the ball on a stick, and score a goal.
Yeah, that's a good.
So the two challenges, Minnesota challenges, they lose. Rochester challenged one in the third, and they won. So 2 challenges to Rochester, none for Minnesota.
Yep, absolutely. That's that could be the TSN turning point here for the Rochester Knighthawks to get Coach Hazen to call that one goal back, and for Dan Dawson to get one that Minnesota tried to call back.
Well, great face-off win by Evans. Unfortunately, his pass is picked off, and now Greg Downing will start it up as Jones. His flip pass is caught by Jackson. Jackson over to Jones. Jones looking, the shot. He tried to beat Vince 5-hole. And Vince makes the stop. Now Rochester in swarm territory is Dylan Evans trying to get away from his defender. His flip pass dangerously is grabbed by Mac Allen. Now over to Dan Dawson. 13 seconds to work with on the shot clock as Rochester finally gets Joel McCready out there. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Dawson trying to do it himself. The shot that goes wide of the net. And the errant shot is picked up. And Hobbins will take it deep into the Nighthawk zone. Back now to Gillum. Gillum passes it over on the right wing side. Minnesota 5, Rochester 5. As they do battle behind the net. Campbell takes it away. And Ian Lord is going to freeze it in the crease and fire it on over on the left wing side as he came in to help out. Scott Campbell did a great job to pin his forward.
That was a good defensive effort there by Scott Campbell to work hard and battle there to definitely keep the Minnesota player outside of the crease.
And a little scrum in front of the net as Carlson will play it on ahead. And the Rochester fans didn't like that one. As one of the Rochester forwards went crashing into the net. McIntosh from the left wing side. Lost the handle momentarily, but picked it back up. Now gives it to Jackson. Over on the right wing side, and a huge check by Mac Allen. But the pass was still completed to Matiz. Monetize across, and that acrobatic catch and shoot was unsuccessful, and a shot clock violation in Rochester. We'll see what they can do offensively as Brad Self against David Earl. Self still with it. Earl digging for it, and it's picked off, and back away they come. Alex Krepensek hits Tyler Haas. He scored. 6-5 as Tyler Haas, his second straight goal for Minnesota.
You know what? I talked to one of the coaches from Minnesota earlier in the game, and he was a little bit concerned about guys that they got a lot of first-round picks, a lot of guys that can score goals, a lot of great lacrosse players, but he was a little worried about guys picking up loose balls and doing the dirty work. And this whole game, they've had lots of guys doing dirty work and working real hard, getting loose balls, and that seems to be the difference in tonight's game.
Off the face-off, Burton grabs the loose ball after Ian Lord drills Earl down to the turf. Back away comes Paul Dawson, in on goal. The shot he missed wide of the net. That one is swatted. And two Knighthawks go in there. Dawson trying to play it. It's flipped across midfield. It's going to be an over and back violation. As Campbell was in there against three swarm defenders. And that forced the over and back violation. It'll be Minnesota ball when we come back. They got a 1-goal lead, 6-5 here on the Knighthawks Broadcast Network.
Tribe is a 0-calorie, 0-sugar, 0-carb energy shot for you.
And Minnesota with the lead and the ball. Crawford with it. Bounces off one defender. Feeds it over on the left wing side to McIntosh. Swim move to get separation from Smith. And that one is fired over but taken away. And now Minnesota will grab it. The shot, and Vince has to make a big stop. They battle for it on the near boards. Grabbed by Dylan Evans. Ducks away from the double team, and he hits Mike Kirk. Kirk across midfield, 8:50 to go, 6-5 Minnesota. As Jamison will feed it through the slot. He can't connect with McCready, but Dawson's there on the left wing to pick it up. Dawson now gives it in front to Paulus, to Dawson! The quick stick he missed over the top of the net. And Suter will pick it up. Gives it on ahead to Sorensen into the Rochester zone. The shot on the run, that goes wide of the net. Backing it up is Schuss, so we have an injured Nighthawk behind the play. With 8:21 to go. And Steve Lobsinger, the athletic trainer, out to take a look. You'd also like to send some well wishes to our equipment manager, Christian Shagnash, who's watching the game back in Six Nations along with his wife, Shelly. And speedy recovery, Shaggy, as we definitely miss your equipment manager expertise. Although Wade Thompson said that he's doing the best he can to follow such a professional. So speedy recovery to Christian, and hopefully he'll be back behind the bench sometime soon.
Yeah, those are real big shoes to fill too. There's, nothing like a guy that takes care of the players and takes care of the equipment, because that's, with some of the guys on the team and some of their tendencies that they need. That could be a real daunting task for a guy that takes care of the equipment and everything else that he needs to do to make things smooth for the players and the team.
8:21 to go, and I think that's Tyler Burton, very gingerly making his way to the Rochester bench. And it was after that pile up in front of the net for the loose ball. And we'll keep an eye on Burton.
Yeah, I didn't really see what happened there. I think it seemed like he was the guy that ended up on the bottom of the pile there. So it's fortunate for Tyler Burton. Hopefully he's okay and can finish the game off here.
Monetize gives it over to McIntosh. Gets away from Evans. Fires it over on the left wing to Crawford. Right wing side, sliding save by Vince as he slid over. Hockey goalie style to make the stop. Bounce pass back to Dylan Evans. Evans trying to stutter step away from Hobbins, and he'll give it over to Dan Dawson with 7:46 to go here in the fourth. Passes over now on the far boards to McCready. McCready trying to get underneath. McCready in on goal. He scores!
That was a real nice goal there by Joe McCready. Obviously, you got Big Dan Dawson there setting picks for you, and he beat his man. He beat his man underneath and went right to the net and put it underneath Carlson's stick. So that's a great goal by Joe McCready, and that's those are goals that Joe McCready has to score. And like I said, he brings a lot of energy to the offense for the Rochester Knighthawks, and obviously makes it 6-6 with 7.5 to go here in the quarter.
So Joel McCready with his first goal of the season, his fourth point, a career high 4 points. And Rochester now looking for more offensively. So Dan Dawson should get an assist on that one. McCready now bowling his way as he's trying to clear a lane for Jamison. Over now on the left wing side to Dan Dawson in front. He scored! That was incredible!
Another nice goal there by Joe McCready. Made a great effort to get himself open and set a couple picks on Dan Dawson. Dan Dawson threw a nice over-the-shoulder pass to Joe McCready in the slot. It was a real nice catch and a real nice shot for Joe McCready to put them up 7-6 with 7 minutes to go in the game here.
And Carlson needs an equipment adjustment. Of course, the fans don't like that. McCready with 5 points. Right now, unofficially, Dawson with 7. 6:57 to go, and this game has changed in the manner of 38 seconds.
Yeah, that's a game of lacrosse. It's a game of swings, and it seems like the Rochester offense is on a bit of a swing here, so hopefully they can keep it going and continue to shut the door on the back end. So it's going to be a great finish here.
Off the faceoff, that's kicked back by Dylan Evans. A great faceoff win, and now Campbell has it. As he has it on the near boards in swarm territory to Joe Walters. Walters across to Dawson on the left wing. Now to Jamison. Jamison spinning away, trying to take it in toward the cage. His defender loses his stick, feeds it over to Dawson. In on goal, now to Walters. Sidestep shot. Oh, saved by Carlson.
Wow, that was a real nice save by Carlson there. Joe Walters had him out of the net and dove across the crease, and Carlson made a real nice save on that.
7-6 Rochester. Crawford from the left wing side. Monetize also out there as he knocks down one of the Nighthawk defenders. That was Sid Smith. McIntosh still with it. 8 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Gets the shot off, and Matt Vince makes the stop. The rebound scooped up by Sid Smith. And he'll feed it on over to Brad Self, who's going to try to shake off Tyler Haas. He does, as Jamison takes that outlet pass, setting up on the near boards. Jamison around one, has Paulus breaking in front, hits him with the feet. Paulus behind the back to Stephen Keogh, who can't track it down on the far boards. It's picked off, and Minnesota now will have possession in the Rochester zone with just over 5.5 to go here in the fourth. 7-6 Rochester, opening night. A very exciting one here in the National Lacrosse League. Jackson gives it over on the right wing. Now to Crawford, left wing side. Looking, fires through the screen, and Vince makes the stop and grabs the rebound. Matt Vince. Now to Paul Dawson. Flip pass taken by Dan Dawson. Dan Dawson having a great opening night. We'll feed it now to Jamison. Jamison from the right wing, the shot, and that hit a defender, Krepensek. And that's the second time he's thwarted a Jamison outside opportunity. 4:54 to go. Rochester 7, Minnesota 6. We'll be back in the Knighthawks Broadcast Network.
Game. The autograph session will be at the next home game on January 11th. Now it's time for tonight's Seneca Niagara Casino 50-50 raffle winner. If you're holding ticket number B as in boy, 42343. That's B as in boy, 42343. Congratulations, you have won $1,000. Claim your prize at the Knighthawks customer service booth. Be sure to join the Knighthawks at the next home game on Saturday, January 11th, 7:30 as they take on the Philadelphia Wings. It's our Hall of Fame night. We'll be inducting our 12th member into the Knighthawks Hall of Fame. For information and to purchase your tickets, visit the Knighthawks customer service booth.
Jamison over now to Walters. Down the near boards, he'll get the pass back from Paulus. Works it over now to Dawson, to Walters. Walters into the near corner. Taken there by Jamison. Gets off of one, flips it in front of the net, and can't complete that pass because Paulus was tied up and he'll swat it into the far corner. 4 minutes and 24 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Minnesota took a 1-goal lead into the quarter, but Rochester 2 goals in 38 seconds. And McCready scoring both of those have given the Knighthawks the lead. Over to McIntosh in the left wing. Feeds it across, right wing side, stick save the rebound, and it's swatted wide by Gillum, and diving on top of the ball is Matt Vince. 4 minutes to go.
That was a great save by Matt Vince, and he slid across there like a hockey goalie, and he made a real nice save there on Jackson, and even Gillum had a swat at it there in front of the net, so that was very fortunate for the Rochester Knighthawks.
Jamison up top to Dawson, looking, still with it, gets around one defender, feeds it over, the low shot by Keogh, denied, and Carlson scoops it up, fires it on ahead to Haas, who's looking for a hat trick. Haas in on goal, shot over the top of the net, and Ian Lord will come on back to grab it. And he fires it on over to his left to Paul Dawson. Passes to Paulus, now down the near boards into the stick of Joe Walters. Now to Keogh, left wing side to Dawson as they spread it out. Jamison now on the right wing side, down the near boards to Walters. Walters across to Dawson on the left wing. One-on-one with Gilbert. Spin move to get free. In on goal, the shot. Save. Rebound. Tapales tried to grab it, picked up in front of the net, and what a great play by Joe Walters to grab that rebound. Dawson now slowing down the tempo. 2:50 to go here in a very tightly contested contest. 7-6 Rochester. And Stephen Keogh with the ball on the left wing side. Now to Paulus. Over to Keogh. Keogh trying to get away from the rookie Noble. Across to Walters. In front to Paulus. Score!
Wow, that was an unbelievable pass by Joel Walters to Johnny Paulus, and I can't believe Johnny Paulus caught that ball. He basically put a stick in behind him, caught the ball on his wrong side, and put it over Carlson's shoulder. That was an unbelievable goal, and those two are just magic. They're magic together. Those two, they get big goals and in big games, and it's something that with 2.5 minutes to go here, up 7-6, that puts them up by 2.
So the Knighthawks lead 8-6, 2:20 to go. Minnesota with the ball. Well, Joe Walters and Stephen Keogh assisting. Minnesota looking to cut this deficit to 1 as Jackson passes right wing side, and that shot is denied and smothered by Matt Vince. 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Fed over now to Paul Dawson. In an 8-second call. And down the floor, and the shot goes wide as Jason Noble let that go. Rochester had it momentarily, and Sid Smith fights off the double team to get it up to Brad Self. 1:36 to go. And Dan Dawson with the ball. Now to Walters. Joe Walters, a goal and an assist tonight. Gave it to Jamison in front of the net to Paulus. He can't hang on. Keogh picks it up, going to try the wraparound, and that attempt is denied by Carlson. 1:14 to go. Carlson trying for the signal. He does get the signal from the bench. Minnesota with the extra man. Over now to McIntosh, the shot. That's knocked away by Vince. The rebound is grabbed by Gillum. And now Carlson back in goal. Minnesota momentarily had too many men on the floor. That shot goes wide. Kirk picks it up. And that's fed to Brad Self against Tyler Haas. Self will take it behind the Minnesota goal. 44 seconds to go. And a timeout called by head coach Mike Hazen. A little miscommunication there in the Minnesota bench. They had Carlson coming to the bench. They had already thrown out their sixth player. They had 7 guys on the floor.
Yeah, that's something that can't believe the referee didn't pick up on that. But that was even that Brad Self was down in the corner with 2 or 3 guys on him, and it was a real smart play by Coach Hazen to call a timeout so they can obviously set a bit of a play up and kill this last 41 seconds to go in the game.
Out of town scores: Philly 13, Buffalo 8. That game early fourth quarter. Here it's 8-6. As we have seen a re-energized Joel McCready score 2 late goals, and Dan Dawson is having a superb game for the Knighthawks. Still 41 seconds to go. Rochester will have the ball. We'll see if the Rochester Knighthawks can win this contest, and that one is picked off, and Minnesota now with an opportunity as Suter bounce pass to Monetize. He rolls it on back to Suter. 25 seconds to go. Minnesota with the extra man. The shot from the outside, that's denied as Jackson is stopped. Sid Smith with the empty net, looking for his first goal as a pro, and as a veteran move, he's taking a couple of chops underneath the chin by Crawford, and a penalty coming up to Minnesota. 7 seconds left. A very unselfish play by the team captain, Sid Smith.
Yeah, that was a great play there by Sid Smith to hold on to that ball. Obviously, they're up by 2 goals, 7 seconds to go in the game. There's no need for another goal. Just hold on to that ball and kill the last 17 seconds. And looks like Minnesota's going to get a slashing penalty. So this will give Rochester an opportunity to work on their power play towards the end of the game here.
7.2 to go, and a holding penalty upcoming. And Dan Dawson is just going to run out the final ticks on the clock, and Rochester opens the 2014 season with a victory. And the back-to-back champs start off on the right foot. 8-6 is the final. As Dan Dawson and company with a huge victory tonight. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have our final wrap-up here on opening night in the National Lacrosse League. And the Knighthawks start out in fine fashion, victorious 8-6. We'll be back in the Knighthawks Broadcast Network.
Get up, stand up, come on, throw your hands up if you got the feeling. Jump up, touch the ceiling, monks, let's up, bump, someone's fucking jump, yeah, I'll bust them in the eye, and then I'll take the punks out, feeling.
Fourth quarter, got a few goals, and we built from there and rode it right to a victory.
So a break next week. You take on Philadelphia in 2 weeks back here at the Blue Cross Arena. How do you carry the momentum?
I just got to work hard at practice. We got a veteran group, and I think our guys are going to bring it on Wednesday, and hopefully we come ready to play on next Saturday.
And how about the fans tonight? Home opener here in Rochester.
I said it before, I'll say it again, best place to play. Hard place to play if you're an opposing team, great place to play for the home guys. Thank you very much, we needed it tonight.
Thanks, Matt. Your Dick-Eyed player of the game, Matt Vince.
Fans, don't forget to join your Knighthawks at the next home game on Saturday, January 11th, 7:30 as they take on the Philadelphia Wings.